All right, so since the pay-per-view that we are predicting is Extreme Rules, I figured that we should have an Extreme intro. So, here we go. Power Thirst! Extreme drink for people that need gratuitous amounts of energy! Sports! You'll be good at them! With all new flavors like chocolate! Chocolate energy! It's like adding chocolate to an electrical storm! If you like strawberry, how about raw berry? Made with lightning! Real lightning! You'll have energy running all the time! Powerlifting, power sleeping, power dating, power spawning babies! You'll have so many babies! 400 babies! Then you feed chocolate to your babies and they'll become good at sports, and they'll run abnormally fast. They'll compete against Kenyans. Then they'll run as fast as Kenyans. They'll run past people they think they're Kenyans. Then there'll be a tie, and they'll be deported back to Kenya.
I was not ready for this.
Okay, I said I wasn't really much awake before this recording. Now I'm fully awake. Now I want to go get fucking Power Thirst.
Power Thirst, wake up to do sports podcast.
Welcome everybody to our prediction video for Extreme Rules. I am DJ Calcos, your angry sensation, and the people that are joining me are...
Toon Critic TK.
Toon Critic TK?
Well, people call me TK sometimes.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And I'm Nikki V. I don't have a new nickname for this one, so, yeah.
So, Extreme Rules has always been kind of one of those pay-per-views in recent memories where maybe it's extreme, maybe it's ridiculously tame. Nobody really knows. So this pay-per-view could either be good or it could be bad.
There's
the worst
nothing
thing
really extreme about it. If anything, it's as extreme as any time that Nikki's had with his girlfriend.
Hey, last year they brought back the flaming table. Okay, they haven't had one of those in forever.
This is true.
So you never really know. So let's get this underway with the first match on the card. The pre-show match, which is the definitive death of a division.
They might as well just move the division, or the entire tag team division, to fucking superstars and main event, because like that's basically where they're placing it in the pay-per-view at this point.
On the pre-show, we have Tyson Kidd and Cesaro defending their titles against the New Day of Big E and Kofi Kingston. Okay, I have a few questions here. One, why is the New Day getting this? Because if from my recollection, I would think that the only team that's been impressive lately has been the Lucha Dragons, but apparently we can't even have that. Two, why hasn't Xavier Woods really been wrestling?
Isn't he kind of hurt?
Is he? I was not aware of this, because Xavier Woods is a decent enough wrestler.
I guess because they're three people, they need Xavier Woods as their spokesman, more or less.
Yeah, and on top of that, Xavier's the best mic guy out of the crew. So, like, Big E and Kofi are like the wrestlers, and Woods is the mouthpiece.
Just keep a mic away from Big E, honestly.
He's fun whenever, like, he gets to say what's actually coming from his brain. Like, if you give him scripted stuff, it's like the worst shit ever. It's
lottie-dottie. You got to feel it in your body.
No.
Why do you choose to hurt us like this?
I'm gonna go with Cesaro and Kidd on this, simply because
you don't need to say simply because it's unanimous.
What, really? Okay, fine.
Okay, Nikki, do you agree with me? Brass ring?
Brass rings win.
Yeah, this is an obvious choice here. New Day should not be winning the championships while they're heel. And it's plainly obvious that they're heel.
If I may say, I really feel bad for, out of all three of these people, the most I feel bad for is Kofi, because there are other people now, like, taking the whole spot hog thing, like, with, the guys who can do the most aerial stunts and be like, oh, wow, this guy's really good. He's probably not going to be main event, but he's really cool to watch. It's just like Kofi's kind of downgraded, and now Neville sort of has that spot.
Dude, Neville did a Phoenix Splash off the top rope on a previous SmackDown.
I saw that.
Second rope.
Yeah, it was only from the second rope. The guy is insane.
So,
yeah. And this is like the first time Kofi's ever been heel in his entire career, which is kind of weird.
It doesn't feel heel. Well, it kind of does, but
Xavier feels like he is like gone full heel and is trying to drag Big E and Kofi along with him.
Yeah, I don't think Kofi has it in him to be heel. If you want to make heel Kofi, you have to get him away from the New Day and repackage him and make him actually heelish. Not like this. You're just going to have people booing. And I really feel bad for Kofi because I think Kofi is really...
Well, no, look, you say you'll just have people booing. They're heels. That's kind of the point, isn't it?
But they've been booing the New Day before they even became heel, because it's just like, all these guys are like terrible, they're boring, etc., etc.
I will say heel New Day is at least a little bit more fun to watch than face New Day. So I am kind of digging that. I'm like, heel New Day is about as well, or is about as good as I thought heel New Day was going to be, which isn't like the greatest thing ever, but it's still something decent.
Yeah.
So,
Cesaro Kid, unanimous. Next match. Oh, here we go. All right, our first match of the night is Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper in a Chicago street fight.
Okay, so you live near Chicago, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how bad are Chicago street fights in real life?
In real life, they... well, I'll say this. WWE probably cannot simulate how, I guess messy is one word, or how brutal and violent some of them can get. The last Chicago street fight I think we had was with Punk versus Jericho at like 2 Extreme Rules ago or something. But yeah, let's just say that I don't think WWE is going to be able to simulate how bad or brutal a Chicago street fight can really get.
That being said, though, these two guys in a Chicago street fight might be the closest the WWE can possibly get to an actual CZW death match. Like, Ambrose and Luke Harper can go nuts on each other, and it's going to be fun as hell.
Let's see what happens if WWE lets go of the leash on these two. Then we're in for one crazy match.
Oh, please let the leash off, because these. If you've ever actually seen some of Luke Harper's indie stuff back when he was Brody Lee, he can go. Like, he's officially taken Cesaro's place as the most underutilized guy on the roster. Like, he can do some crazy shit.
No.
I think so. At least they got...
Cesaro is the people's champ.
I'm not saying that he isn't.
No.
Hear me out!
I am shutting you down.
You will not be shutting me down. I will take over this podcast, motherfucker.
I get what Nikki's saying. But he is not going to be taking Cesaro's place, nor is he going to be as good as Cesaro with the following or with the actual wrestling skills, promo skills, any of that. But I will agree, though, that he's underutilized. He is. He really is. Just don't expect the Cesaro push for him.
At least Cesaro has something happening to him right now. At least he has the championship and is on TV a fair bit. Luke Harper, he's lucky if he gets to be the jobber to somebody else. Okay? That's all I'm saying. And that was Cesaro not long ago. So
this match doesn't really have any stakes. So this match could go either way. What do you guys think?
It's got to go to Ambrose. It has got to go to Ambrose. Well, he hasn't won a freaking pay-per-view match since he broke off from the Shield. Granted, the guys that he's been going up against have been pretty big guys, like Rollins and Wyatt and Bryan and all of these other guys. But he's starting to lose momentum. He really is. And I think that he needs a win at a pay-per-view to get it back. So I'm taking Ambrose.
I would agree as well. I would think Ambrose does need a win here in order for him to start getting some momentum going. With how the current Intercontinental title situation is right now, I think it would probably be best for Ambrose to...
Ambrose.
No, I think it's best Ambrose gets a win here to start getting the ball rolling a little bit so he can maybe swoop in and... I guess compete for the title. I would consider this sort of a #1 contenders match. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ambrose. Hey, you know what I just realized? If anything, a Chicago street fight does have one thing going for it. It does have 2 people dressed up in wife beaters and jeans beating the shit out of each other. So they got that part right.
I agree that Ambrose does need a win. However, I don't agree that he's winning this. My vote goes to Luke Harper. I don't think that Ambrose will ever win a pay-per-view match in his career.
What, is
I
he gonna be
don't
like
think
Jeff Hardy?
I cannot put my money on Ambrose anymore.
That's depressing.
It's
It is
really
depressing. Remember how hot he was back in October? Yeah, that's gone now. Why? Because Roman Reigns got hurt. Roman Reigns getting hurt fucked everything up. So,
Yeah.
Now that they're starting to get back on track, I don't think there's anything else they can do with Dean Ambrose. I wouldn't be too surprised if he won, but like I said, this match could go either way, so it's a shot in the dark.
Yeah, but my only question is, where does Harper go after this?
Don't ask that question. This is the WWE.
Mm.
Where people go after wins is incredibly ambiguous, because you would think that, if a wrestler wins or loses, they will go in this, that, or the other direction, when in reality, they're behind you, and they take a sledgehammer to your head, and then, time to play the game! And then they're gone forever.
Why must you hurt me like this?
All right. Next match is Roman Reigns versus the Big Show in a last man standing match. Okay.
Chicago is going to shit all over this match, and it is going to be the fucking greatest thing in the world.
I wish I would be there for this, because that would be awesome just to hear them boo the fuck out of Roman Reigns.
They're gonna boo the fuck out of the Roman Reigns, but they're gonna boo the fuck out of Big Show too. This match is going to be awful.
They're gonna boo for 25 straight minutes. Like, from the moment that Big Show's music hits to the moment Roman Reigns walks out victorious, it's just gonna be one solid boo. Boo.
You know, there's the off chance, though, that they might cheer for Big Show to beat the shit out of Roman Reigns.
I think they're very conflicted, because these are two guys that nobody likes anymore. That were once beloved, but one is too old and one just plain sucks. And it's funny though, because on the Talk is Jericho interview that he had with John Cena says that now people have been asking for something new for a long time, and now in Roman Reigns, we're giving it to you. And you guys like are still booing it. And
yeah,
we're just
the problem is that we're going from one superhero with a blue trunks to another superhero with black trunks. There's no fucking difference.
That is exactly it. There is no difference. It's the same exact thing, just in a different coat of paint. It's not different. People nowadays do not want to cheer for a superhero. The days of Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, those days are over. We want to cheer for the everyman, for the guy who represents the people, for the guy who looks and acts like us. We don't want to...
Is this the part where you slowly fade in a picture of Daniel Bryan?
Well, Daniel Bryan's ship has sailed, man. Like, We'll
get to Daniel Bryan in a minute.
Please, I need some time to process what I'm trying to say. But for this match, I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns.
I unfortunately am gonna go with Roman Reigns as well, because I think Roman. This feud with Big Show is becoming an anchor for him, and it's all he ever feuds with now. And it's stupid, because I think Roman Reigns has better capabilities working with other people than Big Show. Oh, we're going to get rid of Big Show? Oh, hey, let's just throw Kane on him. And if you get rid of Kane,
not even Big Show or Kane. Roman Reigns does not do well against giants. His entire moveset, besides his 4 moves of doom, is all slams, power bombs, tilt-a-whirls, everything like that. It's all slams. Roman Reigns is not a good striker, and yet both of his finishers are strikers. The guy is a slammer, but he's also not strong enough to slam people like the Big Show or Kane. Roman Reigns is in a dilemma where his strengths do not counteract his weaknesses, or they don't contrast with his weaknesses. They work as one, which means Roman Reigns is incredibly inept, because no matter who he faces, it doesn't look good unless the opponent carries him through the whole match. So, I predict Roman Reigns, and for the love of fucking God, he's got to move on to another person.
I would agree.
Yeah. Like, I there's just no way I see Big Show winning from this because, like, making Roman look strong. So that's, in fact, I can outline how the match is going to end. Like, they're going to be up on the ramp. Big Show is going to be like woozy right next to the edge. Roman Reigns is going to spear him off of the top of the ramp onto the camera shit and all that stuff down there, and they're going to get it all the way up to like 9 or something, and then Reigns will pop up. Big Show will still be out. 10, he wins. So Reigns wins.
I've already used that finish before, or they'll probably just end up tying or some shit. I don't know.
That would be lame as fuck.
Yeah. I don't like when last man standing matches end up in ties, because then it really makes the whole fucking thing irrelevant.
Yeah. Yeah, it just makes it seem like, oh, well, they're both human.
We all on Roman Reigns?
Yep,
Reigns
Roman
wins, lol.
Next match is Nikki Bella defending her championship against Naomi.
Now, this is actually kind of interesting. Like,
please, Naomi. Please, Naomi. Please, Naomi. All of my money on Naomi. Please, Naomi.
You don't like Nikki Bella, do you?
No, I don't.
Why?
Okay, I don't like... okay, where do I start? I don't think she's all that. I don't think she's that great of a wrestler. I will say that she has gotten better since before, leagues better than her sister. But it's always seeming like they have to default the championship to her. It all kind of like, from what I've noticed for the past year, maybe 2 years, it's circulated back to, okay, if it's not on AJ, it's on Paige. If it's not on Paige, it's on Nikki Bella. If it's not on Nikki Bella, it's AJ or Paige. It keeps going around in this little trio circle. I want that circle to be broken because I think Naomi deserves it. She is getting a pretty decent push right now. Everything she's been saying, totally in agreement with, because she's been getting like shoved around, all this other stuff, no identity, the way this is written, she deserves this. She is insanely talented, beautiful, good on the mic. I think she deserves this.
2 words, rear end.
Okay, look. Besides
there is no such thing as besides. A wrestler, especially a big wrestler's finisher, is more than the sum of its parts. Naomi has 2 finishers. One which looks cool, and with improvement can be one of those out-of-nowhere finishers. And then she has the rear end, which is the worst finisher in the WWE today, bar none, except for maybe another person's new finisher, but we'll get to that later. The thing is that Stone Cold Steve Austin is very over, a lot of which is because of the stunner. People fucking love the stunner, and if Steve Austin stops using the stunner, then he's not over, okay? A lot of wrestling is that finisher, specifically the WWE style. Well, I'm going to focus on the WWE style. A finisher is so important, and Naomi will never be able to go up another level if she's still using that stupid as fuck finisher. She needs to stop using it. So until she does, my money is on whoever is facing her, which means in this case, my money is on Nikki Bella.
Here's a serious question for you. Is there any faces left in the Divas division?
No, because all of the women, there's actually a report that came out. A former writer actually wrote and said they were told that there is no such thing as a face or a heel in the Divas division. It is implied very strongly that all of the Divas are just, quote, a bunch of catty chicks, most of whom are mentally unstable. Does that explain something? Does that explain why Booker T keeps constantly saying that all women actually hate each other? Does that explain a lot? Because I really fucking hope so. In the Divas division today, ever since Beth Phoenix left, there is no such thing as a face or a heel diva. None. This is why when an NXT diva is moved up to the roster, their entire character has to change, because in NXT, there is such a thing as a face or a heel diva. There is such a thing. But in the main roster, that doesn't exist. They're all just a bunch of fucking cunts that tease each other as though they're all 16-year-olds in high school all over again. And it doesn't look shitty. It doesn't look misogynistic. It's insulting. Plain and simple. It is insulting to these talented women that they are reduced to alarm clocks, more or less. They go off whenever you don't want them to. And they're always annoying. And this is all a diva is. There is no such thing as a face or a heel diva. They're all just, quote, a bunch of catty chicks, most of whom are mentally unstable. Let's just vote and move on.
I'm gonna go with Naomi. I really do think that, like, they're gonna try and change things up a little bit, especially with how far they've gone to, like, give Naomi some personality over the past couple of weeks. So, it especially, I think a lot of it has to do with what's his face Uso getting hurt.
Yeah.
No matter how much things change, they always remain the same.
Which means that probably when the Usos finally get back, Naomi's gonna go back to being like the.
This match doesn't matter. Divas matches don't matter. It doesn't matter whether they're good or bad. Nothing changes. Because Kevin Dunn is an asshole.
Well, that goes without saying.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
Let's move on to the next match.
Yeah, Naomi.
Now this one's a bit of a weird one. I didn't think it needed this gimmick, but hey, why not?
This match is straight out of fucking 2005.
It is Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus in a Kiss Me Arse match.
Just saying that out loud.
Okay, regardless of the ridiculous stipulation, this match is probably going to be really good. Because both of these guys are great workers and they can put on a good match. Give them 15 minutes and you might have match of the night here. The stipulation, however, is what makes me a little nervous about the ending of the match. So, lay it on.
Okay. My money's on Sheamus right now for what they're doing. They're having like this. They're starting this big push for him. I can feel it. I have a feeling it's going to end up leading somewhere, definitely near a title. Can I just say, though, what the hell is up with this new look?
You look stupid. You look stupid. I love this new look, man. It gives him so much character.
He actually looks like a Celtic warrior now.
I don't care how stupid he looks. The fact that he looks so stupid is why he looks so great. If that makes any sense at all. But I am a bigger fan of Sheamus now than I have been in a while because they're using him exactly how he should be used. The new hairdo makes him look like a fierce yet absolutely stupid fucking heel. He's doing all of these heel tactics that involve him dominating and being an asshole to his opponents. He's got really, really great new theme music. That theme music was a welcome addition, let me tell you.
It is not a shameful thing.
Yeah, and not to mention, Sheamus, as he always has been, is a pretty good worker. So it all works. At this point, we have to look at future potential, which is not a good thing to look at. But I'm not too harsh on Sheamus right now. I'm going to have to vote for Sheamus as well. I think this will lead to longer things for him. And I think Dolph Ziggler is more or less a pawn in Sheamus's game. I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a 3.5-minute squash match. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Like, this can go anywhere from the 3.5-minute squash match to the 15-minute epic match of the night that you guys were talking about. It could go in a bunch of different ways, but I think most of those ways end in Sheamus winning and Ziggler being forced to kiss his arse. That's going to be weird. Like,
you know what I can say about this? I don't think this is going to be the only Kiss Me Arse match. I think Sheamus is going to turn this into a gimmick.
That would be... Okay. That is so stupid. It's awesome. That is so stupid, but it's the proper type of stupid where I'm just like, where can we go with this now?
How far down can we make this happen without making Sheamus look bad?
Well,
Here's your correct answer: 1 match.
I am looking forward to this match, if maybe for some of the wrong reasons, but if they do have enough time, I think the match itself will be pretty good. So,
Yeah.
rest assured with that. But I'm going with Sheamus. Nikki, what are you with?
I'm gonna take Sheamus. Like, I think the match is gonna be good, but they're gonna have to sell me on the whole like gimmick of the match, because like at this point I'm just like, okay, have fun, guys. Hope you enjoy it.
All right, Zach, what about yourself?
Yeah, definitely going with Sheamus. Between these two, love them both. I think they are promising. I think I've already said these are very promising. Future superstars. They have the potential to be main event. If they already
Reminder that Sheamus has once been main event.
Yeah, exactly. They've
Mhm.
both been champions on multiple fronts. So yeah, really, at this point, when you put them up against each other, you're guaranteed a great match. Yeah, so yeah, it's basically it. Sheamus.
Yeah, like there's 7 world championships between these two. Like, this is not gonna be a bad match.
And like Intercontinental, United States, tag team. Well, Sheamus hasn't won tag team, has he?
I don't think so.
No, I think he's always been billed as a single star, which is where he should be. I don't think he'd work well in a tag team.
Yeah.
Next, oh boy.
Here's where
match.
things get interesting.
Next match, which might not even happen at the pay-per-view now, or happen at all, Daniel Bryan versus Bad News Barrett. So I might as well break the news for some people. So recently, Daniel Bryan kind of got himself a little bit injured. He suffered possibly a concussion. And the ring medics were just like, oh shit, I don't know what we should do about this. Let's not have him go on the European tour. So we thought, oh, he'll be fine. He's just a little banged up. Just give him a little bit of time to rest. He's going to be missing 5 weeks of action, meaning he's going to miss this pay-per-view and Payback.
The guy works too stiff for his own good. This means that he's going to have to drop the Intercontinental Championship, which means
God damn
they
it!
are going to have to start from square one with the goddamn thing. This isn't Daniel Bryan's fault. This isn't Bad News Barrett's fault. This is they're just victims of circumstance right now. And it's ridiculously sad. So they're going to have to start all over again with the goddamn thing. And the problem is that Daniel Bryan works way too stiff on himself, mostly. He does everything the hard way. And because of that, at this point in the game, he's very, very injury prone. Mm-hmm. And my Wii U just says there's the Animal Crossing DLC for Mario Kart 8. I've already got it. Goodbye.
What? With the duh?
Are we gonna be starting some sponsorships? Nintendo Wii now? What?
This prediction was brought to you by Animal Crossing.
Specifically the Animal Crossing DLC on Mario Kart 8. But yeah, I don't think we can call this match.
No,
we can't call this. The only thing that we can call is that the Intercontinental Championship is going one of two ways. It's going back in Bad News Barrett's hand, or it's getting vacated and they're going to do either a tournament or a battle royale. Spoiler alert, it's going to be a battle royale because Vincent McMahon does not like tournaments. Which is a massive shame because tournaments are fun.
They kind of have to go that way because as much as, like, they have just been tearing Bad News Barrett a new one storyline-wise. Like, he has not been an imposing threat in, like, 5 months. So if they were to somehow have the match and have it be a match where Bryan just drops the title to Barrett, then it would just make the last 5 months look like nothing because Bad News Barrett has been so, like, he's just been made to look like such shit over the last few months that it doesn't fit that he would be the Intercontinental Champion.
If Daniel Bryan has to drop it here, back to Bad News Barrett anyway, you want to know what you want to know what's fun then? All the past months of hot potato Intercontinental Championship and that fucking awesome ladder match at WrestleMania. If that's the case, you want to know what all that build-up meant? Absolutely fucking nothing.
Again, we cannot place any blame on the WWE for this. This is just bad circumstances. That's all it is.
But that's standard procedure for the WWE at this point. Like all the buildup, all the hype, all that, nothing.
What a shame.
Speaking of shame, on our next match.
It's a shame.
Burr, 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 burr. Burr, 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 burr. My time is up. My time is now, now, now. You can't see me. My time is now, now, now. Versus Russia for the United States Championship.
This is the third match in Cena versus Rusev, and this is for the United States Championship. But it is, of all things, I seriously thought they were going to make this an I Quit match. Oh well. We probably might get that sometime later. A Russian chain match.
Hey, remember that stupid as fuck bull rope match that only happened twice in the WWE with JBL versus Eddie Guerrero and then 1 year later with JBL versus Batista? Remember that match? Remember it? Remember that match? Remember how amazingly stupid that match was? Guess what? It's back!
To be fair,
Hey, to be fair, Lucha Underground just did it recently, I believe.
Oh yeah, they did.
Lucha Underground did it with Del Rio and Tejano.
No,
and
the rules are different. The rules are different. In Lucha Underground, the two opponents are attached to ropes with cowbells on them, and whoever gets the pinfall wins. In WWE, how a bull rope match works, or in this case, a Russian chain match, is both wrestlers, player one wins. Both wrestlers are chained to each other. And what you have to do is you have to touch all four corners of the rope in succession. And if the other wrestler attacks you and moves you out of position, you have to start over again. And once you see it in action, you'll understand it in case you're confused. But the only thing I can tell you for certain is that it's really fucking stupid and does nothing for no one.
And the sad part is, this is going to be the dust-off match. Like, this is going to be, like, the thing that settles this whole rivalry between Cena and Rusev. And, well, do you see a Cena-Rusev 4 coming out of this? Like, a payback or something?
I do. They have to build this up to a John... Okay, I see this leading up to the final time Cena versus Rusev in an I Quit match.
That payback?
Possibly a payback. I'm sorry, but the way they've been building this up, they even laid down the hints for, like, quitting and whatnot. And to be fair, they'll be just like, oh, you didn't pin Rusev, you just had to do such and such, or some other bullshit like that. You proved nothing, Cena. I'm going to go with Cena.
Yeah.
You can't not go with Cena. Now,
Exactly.
I am going to say, what they've been doing with Cena since WrestleMania, in the month after WrestleMania, has been fantastic.
Oh yeah, the Open Challenge has been a lot of fun.
It's amazing to think that this guy who's been a main event player and nothing but a main event player for 10 years is now a mid-card workhorse whose purpose is to have great matches with mid-card wrestlers to make them look really good. John Cena is single-handedly upgrading the mid-card roster, one wrestler at a time. And
Which is exactly what we thought it was going to happen. Like, he was going to, like, go down to the mid-card and make the United States Championship look really good, and that's what he's doing. So, yeah.
This is fantastic, but the one person this is doing no favors for is Rusev.
Well,
That's
yeah.
unfortunate.
Like, has the WWE had a good track record with any Russian since fucking Nikolai Volkov?
They were doing good up until
Vladimir
Cena beat him.
Kozlov.
Yeah, my point stands. Thanks for proving it for me.
Vladimir Kozlov started off as a badass and eventually ended up in a segment where he was having fucking tea with Santino and Sheamus. Good times.
Yeah, but that was funny though.
It was. I'll give it that. It was funny, but it's also funny to see how far he fell.
Fair. Yeah, Rusev, after this feud, though, needs to make a slow burn up the card against someone else and turn into a face. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he needs to make a face turn. And if he doesn't make a face turn, well, then he's dead. If heels go up against an immovable object like John Cena, they have to make a glorious face turn. Just like the face turn that we saw on Lucha Underground on last Wednesday, and it was glorious. Holy
Don't spoil
shit.
it!
Oh, it was fucking awesome!
Okay.
Anyway, John Cena's winning this match.
Nikki?
Cena wins.
Okay. All right, now we come to the main event, which here I think is probably going to be the most interesting match. You have Seth Rollins as the WWE champion. Can you believe we can say that? Seth Rollins, WWE champion?
It's been a month and it's still weird to say. Okay, this is Seth Rollins defending his championship versus Randy Orton, and a gigantic mountain of stipulations. Let's count the stipulations. 1. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Stipulation number 1. Number 2, it is a steel cage match. Yes. Stipulation number 3, Randy Orton is banned from using the RKO. Stipulation number 4, Kane is the cage gatekeeper. He controls who goes in and who goes out. He's supposed to be neutral. We know he's not going to be, but the question is who he's going to ally with. So that is 4 stipulations in one match. What? How can this not be called a clusterfuck?
This is a pretty stacked match, honestly.
Yeah, but there is such a thing as overbooking. That is a thing that can happen. And this match runs the risk of being overbooked to hell and back because of all of the stipulations and all of the shit that you have to keep track of. All right, steel cage, World Heavyweight Championship, cage gatekeeper, no RKO.
Only 2 of those things are going to be stuff that you actually have to remember. You have to remember that Orton won't be allowed to use the RKO, and Kane is going to be on gatekeeping duty. Like, you're not going to forget that it's a steel cage match, and the fact that it's for the world title is, like, not really too important until, like, after the match. So
this is true, but it still runs the risk of being overbooked. There's too much going on at one time. Way too much going on. Because Randy Orton can't use the RKO, that automatically makes this match a little weird. And if I may, and I would like to ask everybody, Toon, Nikki, and everybody listening at home, to take a moment of silence for the loss of the curb stomp. Seth Rollins can't use the curb stomp anymore. He used a different finisher. He unveiled it on last week's Raw, and it's dumb.
It's like a worse version of the Dirty Deeds, which is already not a great finisher.
It's just like, oh, hey, look, I got him for DDT. Oh, if people go this way, well, I'm going to go this way. It's the same damn move, dude. Come on.
I don't know how much time they had to think of a move, but they're going to need to replace it in this match with something different. I don't know.
I don't think they'll have to. With the way a steel cage match works, I don't think Rollins is even going to have to worry about pinning Orton. The way that this is going to be, by the way, money's on Rollins. I think how it's going to be, there's going to be some bullshittery, there's going to be some trickery, there's going to be some deceivery, there's going to be some Kane probably fucking something up somehow, maybe leading to a Kane and Orton feud, but Rollins is going to win this somehow. He's going to take advantage of the fact that Orton can't use the RKO, or that he doesn't even really have to pin Orton. J&J Security will find some way in there. They'll screw everything up. Kane might even be the reason that Rollins wins or something like that. So, yeah, that's what I think.
Personally, like, Seth Rollins has only been World Heavyweight Champion for a month now. There's no way that they're going to like undo that awesome WrestleMania moment that they had by having him lose the title after a month. Less than a month, actually.
Of course, they're not going to screw that over for Seth Rollins. He's carrying that belt for a good 5 to 6 months.
Right. So
it's not longer.
It's got to be Seth Rollins winning this match.
At the very minimum, he's carrying it until Money in the Bank. At the very minimum. But Money is on until SummerSlam. At this point, they need to build Seth Rollins up. And yes, I said that. He's at the top, and they need to keep going. They need to build Seth Rollins up, and they need a super over babyface that allows people to just go, finally, Rollins doesn't fucking have it anymore. The WWE needs to make us sick of Rollins. They need to make us all hate the shit out of him.
And that's why I think, going back to what I said earlier, this is why I think they need to start having Dean Ambrose win pay-per-views. Have him get built up, have him win at this pay-per-view, and then Payback, and then Money in the Bank, and Battleground.
No.
We're getting a little too
ambitious. Okay, no. You're thinking,
him be the guy.
No. You're not thinking about one specific thing, and that's the fact that Roman Reigns was injured during the fall. You're forgetting that the person that's going to be built up to finally beat Seth Rollins is none other than Roman Reigns.
Stop this. Stop hurting me like this.
All right, you keep saying Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is nobody now. He's nobody. Forget him. He doesn't exist.
He exists in my
All right, you know who else doesn't exist? Bray Wyatt. Forget him. All right, he's nothing more than I am the new face of fear. Fear me. And that sucks because I'm a huge Bray Wyatt mark, but I don't give a shit about him anymore because he's writing checks that his ass can't cash, just like Dean Ambrose. And Roman Reigns, however, is going against the worst opponents. So this match will have Seth Rollins win, and whoever he goes up against next remains to be seen. We don't know yet. Could be anybody, really. Anybody's up for grabs for this thing. We're on the verge of an authority split. Yeah, it's kind of questionable at this point. This pay-per-view is... Okay, you had WrestleMania, which did a lot of things right. This is the next step in that. This is the one that launches the vehicle until SummerSlam. So, the outcomes of these matches are important for the future. They can be fixed in case they're not optimal. They can be fine-tuned over time, but they need to have a good start here for the rest of the season up until SummerSlam. And given that the only good pay-per-view from now up to SummerSlam will likely be Money in the Bank, we're not in for a good couple of months. Maybe 3. Who knows? We're gonna have to wait and see on this one. It's not like WrestleMania where everything was kind of definitive. This pay-per-view is very ambiguous, actually. And
maybe that's a good thing, though. Maybe it's a good thing for us to not be able to really predict exactly what we think. I think it's interesting that if this is the case for the next few pay-per-views, it's better than being, we all know what's going to happen. We don't even need to see the pay-per-view. It's all so predictable. But here, we really don't know how this is going to go. We may have a general idea, but that's what makes all this fun. I love when these prediction casts become ambiguous like this, or at least to the point where we can't really figure out how things are going to go down. It's much more interesting than us just sitting here for like 30 minutes or so breezing through, that's going to happen. We all know this. He's going to win this. He's going to win that. He's going to lose this. Person's going to do this. It's better like this.
Didn't we pick mostly the same guys, though?
No.
Not really. We didn't pick the exact same people.
We all think Reigns is going to win. We all think Sheamus is going to win. We all think that Cena's going to win. We all think Rollins is going to win. We all think Tyson and Cesaro are going to win.
Shit.
There goes Nikki breaking what I just fucking said. God damn it.
Predictability isn't the problem. Predictability is not the problem, because even when things are predictable, they can still be great. What matters is whether the results are satisfying. What matters is if what we see fulfills us and entertains us. And if it fails to entertain, then the product fails as a whole. That's why TLC was bad. All right, who gives a shit about the outcomes? None of it matters. All that matters is that the pay-per-view did not live up to the hype. It was not good. Royal Rumble?
We weren't entertained.
Yeah, and the Royal Rumble is a match that is kind of the exception to the rule. The whole point of it is that it's supposed to be unpredictable, but set up to a predictable WrestleMania match. And that is not a bad thing. Where the Royal Rumble falters is when 90% of all the people watching can point to one guy and say that guy wins. That's the big problem with it. So, with this pay-per-view being predictable, that's not a problem. The problem is whether the outcomes that we predict, assuming they happen, we can go, was that good? I don't know. That's not very good. No, that's not good.
That's what I was kind of
That's
building
what's
up
dangerous.
To. I was building up to I was building up to if we were going to be satisfied with these or not, because I know we've had times where we just say, "Oh, this person's going to win, this person's going to win," and we're just kind of, and like afterwards we're just like, we kind of saw that coming anyway. So, but it doesn't feel wrong to be surprised. It feels pretty good, once like something like one of our predictions doesn't go right.
Yeah, in my last match, in your last match, yeah, didn't you know? I'm actually Mr. America. Last year's pay-per-view, of course, brought back the flaming tables, which was nice. And in the last episode that we did, I mentioned that they don't really need to go extreme anymore. They don't need to be brutal matches that are bloodfests with crazy shit all the time. I think this is the one night of the year where I can say, balls to that nonsense, give me some stupid violence. Yes. Just give it to me. This is the one night of the year. The one night. And even then, it doesn't even need to be that brutal. All right? Give me a flaming table. Okay, give me a flaming table, give me a 2x4, give me bruises, give me some scars, give me a guy that gets busted open. Just no blade jobs, please. Alright, as long as there's no blade jobs, I'm fine.
I think that nicely wraps up this predictions podcast then.
What if somebody ends up going off the Titantron?
Fuck yeah! Oh god, gimme. Gimme. That'll never happen.
A flaming table.
Oh, that's how the Reigns Big Show match is gonna end.
They just no, it's even better. Just Big Show goes up to like the Titantron with Roman Reigns, and there's like a flaming table like down at the bottom. All of a sudden, it opens up to a portal to hell, and Big Show chokeslams Roman Reigns from the top of the Titantron straight to hell.
He chokeslammed him straight to hell, Michael. Although, real talk, if Big Show and Roman Reigns were to climb up the side of the Titantron, the damn thing would tip over. It would be hilarious. But also kill several people.
People will get hurt, people will get killed, lawsuits up the ass.
Just another day in office for Extreme Rules.
I think there's only one way. I think there's only one way that we can end this pay-per-view properly.
Okay.
Power Thirst, the ultimate energy drink. It gives you so much energy, manpower, and speed. You'll be so fast, Mother Nature will be like, slow down. And you'll be like, fuck you, and kick her in the face with your energy legs.